Coming up tomorrow night at the Westcott Theater, we've got a band coming to town to recreate the music of the Allman Brothers Band. They're called Live at the Fillmore, and on the phone with me I have Lou Maresca, founder of the band. Lou, tell me a little bit about Live at the Fillmore.
I'll begin at the beginning.
Okay.
People ask, why did you decide that you wanted to do something like this? And it really goes back to the origins of the Allman Brothers Band itself. When I was growing up in the New York area, northern New Jersey, the Allman Brothers played in that area quite a bit. And I had the good fortune to see them many, many times in their original state with all the original members. And that was what really possessed me to want to do this. As far back as 1971, I had a band that I formed called Skydog, which Skydog is a nickname that was given to Dwayne Allman.
Yep.
That's how the band idea started. I had wanted to repeat it for a long time. It's about 8 years ago now, I think, Live at the Fillmore began. And we've been going strong since then.
I can tell you, upstate New York is pretty fond of the Allman Brothers Band. We've seen every different combination of the Allman Brothers, Greg Allman Band, Dickie Betts, Government Mule, Derek Trucks, Tedeschi Trucks, Butch Trucks, Freight Train Band.
Yep.
I mean, we love the music of those guys, and the fact that you're going to be coming up here Friday night to recreate the early days of the Allman Brothers, I think a lot of people are looking forward to that.
Well, I hope so. We're certainly looking forward to coming to Syracuse to perform. You know, we've played many times in New York, New York City, and New York State, upstate New York. The audiences are always great in New York. It was a major center of attention for the Allman Brothers. Maybe their biggest market. Not least of which to call to mind the shows at the Beacon Theater that
Sure.
they did every year.
Yep. Well, they were a staple at the New York State Fair for many years, too.
Yeah.
So, again, lots of familiarity up here. Now, the last time I talked to Butch Trucks, he said that with the Freight Train Band, what they were doing is they wanted to go back, too, and recreate those early days of the Allman Brothers. And that's more or less what you guys do, too, right?
Well, we stick to the repertoire of the band that runs from the first album to Brothers and Sisters primarily, which was all the original members of the band.
Right.
We don't get too much into the catalog of the band after that. I don't know exactly what the set list is going to be yet for tomorrow night, and the band is probably not happy with me because they don't know what the set list for tomorrow night is either. But we'll certainly have some of the songs from At Fillmore East as part of the set list. We'll have songs from all of those albums. The distinction with us, and having heard the Allman Brothers Band as many times as I did back then, the comment that I always make to people when they want to call the Allman Brothers Band a jam band is I have to correct that and say they really weren't a jam band in the classic sense of what a jam band is. And the members of the Allman Brothers would even contest this, and I've heard them say this. They were not a jam band. They were a band that jams. And I think in an interview one time I heard Greg talk about it, saying, if you come to one of our shows, unlike a traditional jam band, and take the Grateful Dead as an example of that, where on a given night you don't know what you're going to be in for. With us, there are mileposts to our songs, and on any given night when we play those songs, you're going to hear us get to every one of those mileposts as part of the structure of the song. So, as the band leader of Live at the Fillmore and the person that really put the band together, I've told anybody that's been a member of the band, we are a tribute band. We're a tribute to the Allman Brothers Band. We're here not to innovate. We're here to imitate. And that's just, my personal perspective on a tribute band is the more closely you can replicate their music, the more you can capture the notes and the spirit of that music. That's what your purpose is, and that's what you're going to be judged on, and that's what your audience wants to hear.
Well, Lou, we're looking forward to Live at the Fillmore tomorrow night, the Westcott Theater, and I appreciate you taking a little bit of time to let people know what you're up to and what the band is all about.
It's my pleasure, and I thank you for having me on today.